Portland has allowed their city to be controlled by rioters for years, but all that changed last night, as 5 days ago, protesters were tossing rocks into Portland's ICE facility. And even though the federal agents immediately backed off these rioters dressed in black bloc,
Yeah, come here.
it honestly looked like law enforcement was largely outnumbered. So well into the night, they still vandalized the property, as police reinforcements assisted them in taking back their driveway, clashing with protesters pushing plastic container lids.
Your shield is on sale! Your shield is on sale! Your shield is on sale!
With one social media caption stating, "This was DHS's fault for escalating." And even though they were able to get some vehicles out of their driveway, it appeared they still lost ground with the protesters. As days later, these activists still surrounded the building. These Portland protesters are deranged with what they think they should get away with, setting up shop, blocking a federal building while throwing rocks at their agents, then acting shocked when they come out and arrest some of them. But it shouldn't be too surprising, as places like Portland have simply allowed unemployed behavior to plague their cities whenever the Democrats don't get their way. But they're about to learn real quick. Their local liberal DAs might be lenient when they misbehave, but they can't be saved when the charges are federal. As yesterday, Jonathan Cho from Cho Show, recording for Frontlines, which is Turning Point USA, documented the day's protests, where they again attempted to block the entrance to the ICE facility.
Peaceful protest! Peaceful protest!
And as the feds watched the crowds grow outside, they surprisingly stayed well into the evening. So when the ICE agents eventually needed to exit, the crowd was again easily dispersed. Proving to the protesters at any given time they can be made to go away. As their shipping container shields do nothing. So they let the Fed vehicles out, with a few of the protesters being arrested.
Apprehended somebody here. All painful.
As basically just a skeleton crew was willing to stick around after. with the Department of Homeland Security putting out a statement saying 250 rioters launched fireworks and shined lasers in officers' eyes, as 5 were arrested on various charges including assaults on federal officers. There has been a 413% increase in attacks, but this will not deter them, and if you lay a hand on law enforcement, you will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. Which is great, as a local ABC affiliate stated. One teenager allegedly punched a federal officer in the head, where he now faces 20 years in federal prison. And as harsh as it sounds, I hope he gets the full 20, as last week, and maybe even the last 5 years, has only shown the protesters that they can essentially get away with anything as long as they all wear the same masks and only riot on behalf of Democrat talking points. Then it went from marching in the streets, to light vandalism, to lighting cars on fire, looting local businesses, until it became hitting feds over the head. At some point in time, the pendulum had to swing back towards law and order, and nothing does that faster than dishing out long prison sentences. And it's not like they're just pinning it on someone innocent, because if this guy was willing to hit law enforcement, I imagine they'd be willing to do something much worse to someone not armored and armed. And all for what? So these activists can stop ICE from arresting wanted criminals already convicted of child R when local idiots alerted him of the feds so he could escape? But will incidents like this change the rioters' minds in disrupting these arrests? Absolutely not, because these types don't act on actual information, but the emotional manipulation fed by their liberal handlers. As over in LA, they're still protesting in the streets, there's zero actual change and zero jail time.
150 demonstrators were seen marching, climbing light poles, holding flags, setting off fireworks, and, as you can tell, obviously doing donuts. The protest lasted for about 6 hours until police ordered the crowd to disperse about midnight. No arrests were made, no injuries reported.
With another protest outside Dodger Stadium, angry that allegedly ICE agents entered their parking lot.
Anti-ICE protest erupting outside Dodger Stadium. Crowds holding signs and chanting,
The Dodgers!
We're asking the Dodgers to come out here now. It's too late for talking. We need them to come out here, get ICE up out of here.
When ICE was never even in that area, as these idiots got all worked up over nothing. Because of course law enforcement stages in the area, the stadium is on Academy Road. There's a police facility across the street, but that's an entirely different story that we gotta do a deep dive into next, as LA is about to get a whole lot worse, so make sure you subscribe for that. Don't doom scroll on social media all day when you have my concise, lighthearted commentary on the tragic status that is today's reality, so subscribe to Decoy Voice.